Happy Monday. Welcome to the Living Magically podcast. I'm your host, Magical Michelle, and it is one of those most important days of the entire year. And in some ways, over a very long period of time. Right now, literally as we speak, we are closing down Pluto in Capricorn for the last time in our lifetimes. It's been with us for 16 years. So this is a lot of structure, a lot of big energy, and we are moving overnight and into tomorrow on the 19th into the first day of this very special transit. I mean, I know I've been talking about it, and any astrologer has been talking about it all month and into the last few weeks. This is the beginning of the age of Aquarius, because Pluto, a very transformational sign, is moving from that Capricorn and into the Aquarian sign. And we just had Saturn station direct as well. So right now, this piece of astrology and this energy might have you feeling a little bit hungover, might have you feeling a little bit of drain on your physical, mental, and spiritual bodies. It's like that super moon in Taurus. There's a deflation or an emptying out of a balloon. So you may feel right now like you had this big balloon and it's just kind of fizzled out, or we call these energy hangovers, full moon hangovers, but it's more than just the full moon. The full moon, the last full moon for another year. We won't have one until the end of the year next year again. So we'll see the moon getting farther away from the earth. And so right now, especially adding in the solar flares, it's like we took a big breath in and we're taking a sigh, a pregnant pause in our energy, slowing down, breathing, recalibrating our nervous system. There's a need to kind of align your energy and replenish your energy. There's an exhaustion when you have things, so much going on, so many astrological transits happening. I mean, the whole month of November so far has been a doozy, and there's been a lot of things that make us want to just crawl into bed and take a nap. And if that's how you feel, I'm going to encourage that. Mercury is going to go into a retrograde period on the 25th. That's coming up in less than a week. We have all of this energy. So if your first thought is to rest, find a way to rest. This isn't the day, the week, or even the month to push through. And I know we have the holidays coming up next week, the beginning of the holiday season with Thanksgiving. So I'm going to encourage you to lean in to that Thanksgiving practice. But I find it's interesting because a lot of people are like, I just want to keep it small this year. It's more about immediate family. It's or immediate friends. It's more about who feeds your soul and what things are going to make you, what's going to make you feel aligned, what's going to make you feel at peace. Really, our body as a judge of what is working and what isn't working. So if you're exhausted, rest. If you're feeling motivated, because I do also know that this energy, and there's a lot of it, might make you feel like there's projects to complete. There's things to do. You might be wanting to get organized. You might be feeling like getting our getting started on something. Because if you're feeling a karmic push on a soul mission, now would be a really, really potent time to do that. And what's really interesting is I think that a lot of people are going to get more spiritual, more aligned with their meditation practice, their thoughts and their energy becoming more important to them than connecting with other people. It's really about connecting with yourself, connecting with your own personal sense of gratitude. Are you making yourself proud? And this is a theme I've seen a lot. And one of the books that I would recommend for right now, and you've probably already read it, but it's a great time to revisit the 4 agreements. And those 4 agreements are just do your best. And your best one day may not be the same as your best on a different day. I see these high swings of energy in myself and everybody else, where if you are feeling like you've got it to give and you've got it to share and you want to get something done, do it now. Do it when the energy is aligned for it. If you feel like resting and there's any way to just take some time, make a pregnant pause and do things like meditate and be quiet with yourself or relax, then do that. But check in with your body. Your body keeps a score. And so what does your body have as far as energy to give on that any given day? There's just a lot of that going on. But because of the karmic time, a lot of people are really feeling this push to really do what their heart desires. So just do your best, and whatever that day is your best. So your best may be different one day to another. The second is be impeccable with your word. And that means a couple of things with this energy is don't make promises you can't or don't want to keep. And also just try and be kind. I know that even if you do snap out, one way to do that is to take accountability. And if your words, your voice, your temperament isn't the way you're proud of, go back and make an apology. And I know sometimes an apology doesn't matter if it's already said, but do your best to be impeccable with your word. First, try not to say something you don't want to say. But if you do, go back and take accountability, make a proper apology, and try and make amends for it however you possibly can. Then the next one in the 4 agreements, and right now this is probably going to be really important, which is don't make any assumptions. Right now, everybody is going through it. It's a murky waters. Everybody's in the change, everybody. So before making an assumption about what someone wants, someone doesn't want, and what's going on with them, ask. And always assume it's not about you. Always assume first. If you're going to assume something, let them have their own space and assume it has nothing to do with you, but go back to being impeccable with your word and ask. So in this case, don't assume it's about you. And if it is about you, use your words to ask and to try and find a way to be kind to each other. That's going to really change even a bad argument or a bad interaction. You can come back and ask some questions, but don't assume that don't assume that they think this or don't think something, or are going to do something or not going to do something, especially because we're in retrograde shadow. It's good to check, double check, ask, get clarification. I'd rather you ask twice than to make an assumption and both be wrong, or think that someone else is going to do it and it doesn't get done, or maybe just make a miscalculated judgment. So, and it's interesting because here with Thanksgiving, I think it's important to check your reservations or your plans, and double and triple check the time that you're going to be meeting up with somebody, or your double triple check, do you have the time right? Do they have the time right? What's going on with the schedule? So that third one, don't assume anything. Going back, be impeccable with your word and do your best. And last but not least is, remember, it may or may not be anything about you. So stay in your own lane. The last piece of this is that, you know, this is about you. This isn't about everyone else. So I think that this is a good and potent piece right now. And what I will say, and the powerful magic in tomorrow and beyond, is that this new age of Aquarius, of Pluto going into Aquarius, is going to bring an age of spirituality and magic. And so I will just say this for the first time. We announced on Friday, but this is my first video. I've been asked to do witch school, and I double checked to see if there was enough people interested. For over 7 years, I have been asked by people to teach about practical magic. And so here it is. It's going to be my biggest, most comprehensive program I have ever created. And I'm super excited to fully announce that Witch School is now open. We're going to be starting on a 1 year and a day journey, January 11th, 2025. And I invite you to look into whether this is right for you. It's for people who have been practicing in the magical realms for 1,000 years, or someone who is just new to magic. The idea is that we will be going piece by piece with video modules, written materials, Facebook groups, and monthly temples for a year and a day, together as a community, creating magic to manifest your dreams come true. And technically, this is sort of a dream come true, although it is something I wasn't sure if I was ever going to do, because the word witch has such a negative connotation. And I just really want to bring it back to its most powerful meaning, which means, pun intended, it means that you are an alchemist. Magic is there to be an experience. It is something where we take an old thought form, an old intention, and transform our body, our mind, our alchemy into something new. And so a witch is someone who practices magic. It is masculine and feminine. I'm not going to consider a male not a witch. They're feminine and masculine, male and female witches. So witch, for the most part, is the term, no matter what sexuality you are. And the idea for this is to create a momentum of you literally getting to craft your dreams into reality. So if you'd like to join me, our doors are just now open. We have a few members already, people who were so excited that they've already joined, and the Facebook group is ready. And I do have a special couple of surprises for those who register early coming in December. So if you're interested in witch school, now is the time, and the time is now. So please join me at this next journey into the magic of being able to create your reality with intention. So please come plan to spend a year and a day with live temples, educational modules, and at the end you will have a working grimoire that is like a book of magic that has been created very special for you. And with all of that, we'll drop the link in the comment section, and I invite you to join us. This week is also one of our temples. If you are local to Central Florida, we will be having an oils temple to honor this Thanksgiving season, this gratitude temple. And we will have our Egyptian oils and our favorite sound healer, Patrick, and that will be on Tuesday at the Center Street Retreat Center at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. My invitation to you this week is to recalibrate. Be in the understanding of whatever is coming in for you is for you. And whatever is being removed from your life right now is also no longer for you. There's a big energy shift. There's nothing like it going to happen again for 17 years. This is a slow moving transit, so you have probably already been feeling the changes coming, but now is the time, and the time is now. So whatever you're doing to sacredly commit to yourself, and more importantly, the life you are creating for yourself, full of your desire, check in. What is going to make you the most proud of yourself? Not making another person proud of you, not doing something for another, but what are you doing for yourself to create something for you in your life that makes you more proud than you've ever been of who you are, where you're going, and what you're creating? That's the energy this week. And of course, we have a disseminating moon, so that means if there's something to let go of. I went to the thrift store not once but twice to do drop-offs today. I am purging, cleansing, clearing, and removing, and you're going to see that all the way to the end of the year. But it's an interesting thing because we're also in the creation energy. You do not have to wait until 2025 to be creating. The energy is already happening. So whatever you're bringing in to be prepared for the next year, to be prepared for the next 10 years, for the next 17 years, for the rest of your life, really, it's okay to be releasing what doesn't work and pulling in what does. But make sure that it's in alignment, because what we're bringing in and giving focus on right now is what we want to support us in the next 17 years. That's the transit this week. Pluto moving into Aquarius for that real jumpstart into the age of Aquarius, which is new thought. It's spirituality. You're going to see a lot more things that have to do with technology, a lot more things to do with spirituality. And I really believe this is the beginning of New Earth. And what we're creating here will eventually get us to the place where we are creating something we as a collective community and unity consciousness are really, really proud of. Unfortunately, we might have to go through a little bit of a transition and an initiation period. So that is just saying, do the internal and external work to be proud of yourself and to go where you've always wanted to go. Again, I say this, and it's really the theme. Now is the time, and the time is now. So with all of that, I wish you a beautiful and magical week. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Really, really spend some time in meditation, crafting your life by design. think about what you want and start the action steps toward it. Let go of what isn't working and pull in the new foundations, new thoughts, new actions, new experiences to support the life that's going to make you proud of yourself. And I'll see you again next week. Live magically.